Hi Star family, thank you guys so much for joining me here for your reading. I have a super exciting message today and it all stems around you guys anchoring your higher self into all third dimensional experiences, and that leads to you navigating the earth in a completely, I'm hearing, new way. Alright, at first it could have felt definitely foreign because you're no longer concerned when it comes to the way that other people may see you, how they may feel about you, or the things that they may say. I'm hearing you realize that all cruelty really stems from weakness, and you're able to, I'm hearing, not just pinpoint but also dissect that within others, okay? Because I'm seeing like a dissection right now. But you're coming back to your experiences from a complete different level of awareness, and I'm hearing your response to others is a reflection of the awareness that you have of yourself, okay? Which is super interesting. So we're going to open up with the Fibonacci sequence, which is round and round. But yeah, this all stemmed from yesterday. I was at the gym, right, and I've done a reading on this in regards to the Nautilus symbol, but for the first time I saw Nautilus instinct on like the hip inductor, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, it literally says the Nautilus instinct, and then you can see the Nautilus symbol right there. Hopefully you guys can see it. But you guys have this Nautilus instinct, which is about this higher level of awareness that you're applying into, and I'm just zoomed in to return slowly, okay? So you guys are like returning to the situation where you're no longer reacting to certain circumstances or situations, but you're actually responding to it as your higher self. And at the top of the machine, like this is just like a brand, right? So this could be like the new brand, right? That people could see you as somebody that is really, I'm hearing, considerate, not just of themselves, but also others too. So yeah, super interesting. You're anchoring your higher self into all third dimensional experiences. We'll go ahead and read round and round just because it is the Fibonacci sequence. And then I'll go ahead and dissect this with you guys like usual. But yeah, let's take a look at 25. So this could be a decision that you're making when it comes to navigating this world as this, I'm hearing, new and improved version, but you're just returning back to your pure essence. So yeah, this is about you widening your perception, and you're doing that by widening your heart space as well, okay? Having enough compassion to yourself to realize that not everybody, I'm hearing, is going to be compassionate with you or kind to you, so you must learn to be kind to yourselves. And especially those who are unkind to you, it usually is a mirrored reflection of where one is also unkind to themselves, or they could be at a silent war within themselves. So yeah, it's really just being able to identify and discern what plane of consciousness other people may be operating on. And again, this is really just gamma perception that you guys have. But let's go ahead and read Nautilus, right? So round and round, the spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated cycles you're challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. So you guys are shaking up the algorithm within your life right now, and that's leading to a complete change in the way that you experience the world around you. Because I'm hearing you have now changed internally. So the appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backwards, the truth is that you're standing at a higher level. Looking down into your circumstances, you will learn something, do something better, and break up a cycle that was set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints that can access higher wisdoms and lessons learned. And that's what I get for you guys. You're in a conscious co-creation with higher levels of awareness, okay? And you're tuning into this, right? Your higher self is always available to you. It's just a frequency that you can tune into, and you can anchor that throughout your whole organism. So you guys are literally your higher self in physical form, and you're the physical embodiment of your higher self. So as you move through these lessons, and I'm hearing these phases, okay? I'm hearing these seasons. As you move through these seasons, you're handling them as your higher self. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so yeah, there's a difference between a cycle and a season, okay? Because cycles are made to be broken, but seasons actually go through their different phases. So there could be something about you growing into your full potential or blossoming into your higher self during this time. But I'm hearing in order for that to have happened, you would have had to gone through a like huge refinement period, okay, to release ways of navigating this world or belief systems that just no longer serve you or your highest possible expression. Okay, so if this is in relationships, you guys may be wondering how you got here again. Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating a story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but you've attracted towards you because of your easy acquaintance with their qualities. It basically talks about you being drawn towards this person for spirit's plan for your evolution. You could have cycled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, and that's fine. You get to do things again, only differently this time. But you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. And this is it, right? He who blames others, is truly lost. He who blames himself is about halfway there, and he who blames no one has truly arrived. So there is something about remaining curious during this time in regards to, okay, why did I attract these things into my experience, and what can I do? I'm hearing to like dismantle any just belief systems that no longer serve me, right? Or maybe the belief that this is actually a blockage. Maybe it's an invitation to practice a new way of being. So yeah, there's something around gaining something of value. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? And again, this is about the awareness of yourself. And as you begin to observe consciousness begins to behave very differently. So there's something about you actually observing the timeless consciousness that's seated within this physical vessel, and probably acknowledging, right, the triggers that could come to the surface within your physical vessel, and then learn how to come back into neutral observation of yourself and also the energetic projections externally. And I'm hearing just learning to dissolve any tensions, finding an internal balance within the external oppositions. So in prosperity, if you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it's because you're seeing and being invited to do something that you couldn't see before. This is a time for you to look at deeper motives you have and attraction to the opportunities and people that have entered your life to be a part of your prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them? When you find yourself in a repeat of the pattern of the past, it's a good time to get a coach or mentor that can help you see things that you can't on your own. Repeat what works and not what doesn't. Then you'll free yourself from the old cycles and cease going round and round. So what's happening is you guys are closing out these repetitive cycles, okay, these repetitive cycles that have kept you stagnant. There's only an illusion of forward movement, but you've been kind of, I'm hearing maybe the human in some ways has been on like autopilot. Like these are just conditioned responses that you've had. Maybe when it comes to even staying in your comfort zone or doing something familiar in some kind of way, but now you're being invited to practice a new way of being. And because of that, you're opening up a new point of divergence, which allows you to enter into new dimensions. Dimensions are not spatial concepts or formats. They are actually vibrational frequencies. So you're basically stepping into a new frequency, and that's allowing you to basically allow new stories to begin to play out in your life, because you're no longer repeating the same ones, right? Lunacy is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So with come to the edge here, even behind that, there's something around, the only option that you have if you want to actually see yourself progress at this stage in your life is to make friends with the unknown. So I feel like that's something that you guys are being invited. Maybe this is about how people are going to respond to this version of you, right? But let's go ahead and open up with the channeled downloads. So in the face of challenge and adversity, there was an opportunity for Ariel to get her voice back. And the reason I'm talking about Ariel and Ursula in this read is because we did a reading on this like a while ago, so I'll link that down below. It could be useful for you. But it's basically where people have been, attempting to dim your light, but that's the archetype that they're supposed to play in this story, okay, that plays out. But as long as you take none of this personally and you just see it as something that is vibrational, then you can begin to leverage from the situations and understand the opportunity or invitation that is being delivered to you through these interactions, and how you actually want to respond to them, right? Because it's not going to be about the curveballs that get thrown your way, but it's how you handle them that actually begins to define your character. So yeah, with Ariel, the Nautilus is like the little necklace that Ursula had, right? Where she captured Ariel's voice. So this is about your authenticity and possibly people wanting to siphon that energy. And these energy exchanges do have a lasting imprint on you. So again, maybe this is where you guys have felt like, you weren't made to fit in. And this is saying that as long as you speak kindness, it will dispel the fog of gossip, okay? And This is where she had unconsciously compromised her voice, and it came at too high of a cost, right? Because your guys' authenticity is going to be key during this time. It is the key. So the throat chakra is our voice of intentional communication to create in this third dimensional reality. It's one of the most important centers that connects the non-physical, metaphysical realm with the physical realm. Okay, it's where the non-physical life force is translated into biochemistry within the vessel, okay, that your consciousness is seated within, and it holds a very unique frequency within the body, and this begins to emit bioelectricity, which is going to be expressed through the throat, right? It's about the intentions that you cast, right? The things that you speak into creation in this existence, right? And that's why your words are so powerful, and the intention behind those words. So when we are not able to move this energy through the throat, this is where we have a disconnection to our highest possible expression. So when we disconnect from our higher self, it only happens when we fear the unknown. So there is something about you guys making friends with the unknown, speaking your truth, even if your voice shakes, right? This is really important. And I'm hearing imperative. So to step outside the dream, it requires you guys to make some firm decisions. A lot of you already have some irreversible choices. And once you do this, you can choose to be free from other people's influence. And you realize that they were never really standing in your way. There was only an illusion of this. So again, a lot of you, this is about creative expression of some kind and the things that you want to create in this world. You know, some of you it's going to be singing. Some of you it's just speaking things into creation, the things you want to be able to do. But it's where you translate your non-physical nature into the physical experience. So the dialogue is that you're anchoring your most elegant and intelligent, multidimensional, true self and etheric nature into the physical vessel or matter, right? It's where you literally anchor ether into matter and you freely begin to project this in your reality. Not really concerned about, you know, seeking external acceptance for this, otherwise it compromises your integrity in the process. And if you need a witness to the things that you I'm hearing casting out into creation, then become one of your own, okay? Become your own witness to this, but stand strong in your truth no matter what. This is about the cultivation of your awareness, okay? And again, once you begin to consciously observe where you've held yourself back in some way when it comes to fully expressing yourself, then you'll begin to behave differently, because you'll realize, okay, you are actually, you know, possibly attaching to an old way of being, and who you've had to be in order to get here is no longer who you need to be to moving forward, okay? So it's an invitation to manage your physical vessel at a literal higher octave, okay? Operating from a higher vibrational frequency, and that's how you can embody your higher self in your everyday life. So this is you at a higher octave. It is within you and it is available for you to embody at any point in time, and it's completely accessible, okay? So yeah, this is about you guys having that clear cut communication. And even with what it was saying, like in regards to viewing this from a higher level, there's something about, again, this conscious co-creation that's happening with you and a higher frequency, and being able to anchor that information, and that's going to be very healing for the human. So yeah, this is about self-love as well, right? Because it's got right connections to the heart chakra as well. So it's supporting the upper dantian. So this is where one makes deep changes for the soul's path, removing out self-created states of suffering, okay? And if you can observe your life and your experiences and see how your vessel, your organism is responding, you know, do you feel like this is suppressed in some way? Do you feel like your voice is suppressed? Do you feel like your creative expression has been suppressed? How can you begin to align yourself into your highest timelines? This is about standing up for yourself, standing up for your truth. And when you do that, you also stand up for the past versions of yourself and the ones that came before. So a lot of you, this is things that you have inherited, again, epigenetically, and you're expressing a new expression, which does mean that you are breaking a cycle that was set up in the past, right? And you're able to cultivate a very strong sense of self-love to be able to do that for yourself. And that love does require that action, okay, to show yourself that you love yourself. And this is what marks the passage in time for you. And I found this pretty interesting. So Ariel learns from Scuttle, which is like the seagull, that Ursula is in disguise. So this could be your spirit guides that are supporting you when it comes to kind of breaking those spells, right? Anything that's keeping you bound or preventing you from being able to regain your voice again. And you were given the opportunity to reinforce your belief systems through action. So seagulls in the metaphysical realm, they represent many meanings, including new opportunities, a fortune, and a safe path passage. So I feel like you guys are definitely being provided a safe passage, okay, via vibrational frequency that you're readily available, which is readily available for you to be able to embody. So this is like a celestial travel portal, right? So each, chakra point is like a vortice. It is a portal point within itself. So here our main focus is the throat chakra. And again, it's linked to having enough self-love to express yourself. And then after that, you have the solar plexus, which is having confidence, right? Trusting yourself as you begin to express your full expression, okay? And yeah, this is like a crystalline kinetic velocity generator. Okay, so this is like a new time matrix that opens up. And, the title for this reading I'm now feeling should be something around, when you do this, you become the glitch in the matrix, or you are the glitch in the matrix when you guys do this thing, okay? Like you literally become the glitch in the matrix because there's a time matrix that opens up where you're no longer continuing to follow the programs, right, that were encoded into your bloodline or generationally, things that you had inherited. You're now transcending these cycles of suffering, okay? And this is a window of opportunity. It usually is an opportunity that is presented to you that you are able to seize. And it's a Stargate that you open up. And it's funny because we even have a Akashic Stargate here as well, which is being aligned with your purpose. There is no wrong path, right? But this is where you guys may be at a crossroads in some way. But yeah, it's about the throat chakra. And these Stargates are opened up by your galactic brothers and sisters. So these are fractals of yourself existing in higher frequencies, higher densities, higher time dimensions. And yeah, this is an invitation where you can safely come and learn more about yourself, learn more about your full expression. And again, a lot of you, this is about your intention and your consciousness and your energy, and you're creating this Torossian field in the space-time to be able to travel through. So this is where you're met with a choice point, essentially, around, am I gonna suppress my voice any longer? Am I going to not do this thing because I'm afraid of the unknown? I'm afraid of, even my own success in some ways, right? Or I'm afraid of something, of just something that is unpredictable, right? I don't know how this is going to go if I post this thing. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how people are going to react to this. So I would rather choose not to. This is about no longer reducing yourself to try to fit in or dimming your light in order to try to fit in. And as you step into new ways of being and you begin to express your light, you realize that other people may be intimidated by this. But again, it does show you more about them than it does about you. So your response to them is going to be an awareness of yourself, right? It's a direct reflection of how deeply you've been able to meet yourself. And maybe your truth is going to invoke different responses from people, right? Because you're kind of now embodying an abundance, right, with your frequency and the things that you go on to do. As you hold this new level of truth in your being, something that they may lack within themselves, and you guys are the mirror that really makes people see themselves. So again, there could be triggers, right? Or maybe even people being intimidated by this. But yeah, this is a self-projection. So yeah, you guys are really focusing on what it is that you want to animate in this experience, the things that you want to be able to project into this experience, and you're being super connected to the body and the information that you're receiving through this, right? So you're able to almost like take care of the physical vessel in that way. And we were talking about this in the live chat the other day, so shout out to everyone who was there. But we were talking about how, you guys were mentioning nature versus nurture, and this is so true because your nature in a lot of ways is something that you must return to in your true nature. And this is things that you've been born with. A lot of you, this is things that you've inherited ancestrally, right? You're made up of the cells and the selection of choices that your ancestors made. Maybe this is about suppression that has happened, I'm hearing, for eons within the bloodline that you've incarnated into. And nurture is about you guys nurturing, yourself and showing your ancestors a higher expression. And as you begin to ascend to higher ways of being, okay, and you ascend to a higher octave, you also begin to allow your ancestors to ascend through the decisions that you make, through the new choices that you guys make, and the application of your free will to align with your highest expression. So the Nautilus symbol is to diversify your focus. It shows about investments and more than one goal that you guys may be making during this time. It is a spirit animal that reminds you not to limit yourself with your thoughts. The Nautilus meaning also represents creativity, innovation, especially when facing any opponents or external oppositions. And it also tells you to avoid people or friends that wish you ill. So as you grow, you evolve to learn new things, expand your beliefs to fit who you are now and who you are in your life. And this is about having great mental fortitude to get yourself out of any situation. So this could be about transcending what seems to be some type of limitation. Okay. So yeah, the purpose of this Nautilus necklace is about, you know, stealing or siphoning Ariel's voice. And, you know, Ursula was even a paternal aunt of Ariel. So this is about like family dynamics and again connections to Poseidon energy. She inherited this from Poseidon, which is again 12th house energy. It's also Thoth energy, which is super interesting. But yeah, there's something around that in regards to speaking your truth. There's also a quote that's coming up in regards to this, if I can remember it. But there's something about living in your truth, okay? Maybe this is about fear being a bondage, a fetter to man, and having to transcend the fear of the unknown for a lot of you. But yeah, it's Pisces energy, and 12th house is about closing out certain cycles so that you can be reborn again, okay, to enter back into first house. And the status of this necklace is destroyed now, so I feel like this is something that you've claimed back your power, you've called back your power and your life force to you. And these also represent people that can bounce back quickly after adverse events. It represents adversities in real life, and even when people want you to fail in your endeavors and even attempt to take success away from you, you are you're not taking any of this personally. It shows that you'll be able to be successful in whatever endeavors you move towards during this time. So the invitation is that love is the absence of judgment. So this is about you guys loving people exactly as they are, you know, loving any kind of like specific energy signatures that are here to play a certain part in your story, but also not attaching to the characters that they may play, not attaching to the story itself. True maturity is realizing that you're not the physical vessel and you're also not the experiences that you temporarily go through on earth, and it doesn't define you or your true essence. So yeah, it doesn't bind, it is unconditional, right? That's what love is. It liberates, while attachment traps in the cycle of need and control. So again, this could be a reflection of where people may not have that self-love for themselves, so they could project certain doubts or insecurities that they have within them. And once you begin to see that, you know, the spirit is really free when they see everything rooted either from fear or from love. So if you see everything as an act of love, or you see everything as a call for love, which is usually these exaggerated emotions that can be projected onto you, it's up to you whether you want to accept the suffering of others or the cycles that they may keep themselves in, because it usually just comes from, for example, like unsolicited advice that others may be giving you. It usually tells you more about the needs of the giver than it does about the receiver, you know. Everything is mirrored. So there is something about realizing that all that cruelty springs from weakness, and usually the opinions of others is linked to a personal history. And once you begin to see that, you realize that every opinion that people have, every judgment that they may cast, is usually a confession in disguise. Maybe it's a confession of where they feel uncomfortable as you live in your truth, right? Because it's just mirroring the suppression that they may have, but they're also being granted an invitation. So there is a part that everyone plays within the cosmos here. So yeah, it's about realizing that you're not supposed to change or impart anything on anyone, accept them exactly as they are. It's you who's meant to change all along, right, in regards to how you begin to navigate your way through these experiences, and if that's something that you want to co-create your energy with. So yeah, the integration is not to limit, okay, or eliminate or suppress the negative emotions, but expanding your range of perception. So again, if this is like something that you may feel initially triggered by, maybe it's something that invokes like emotional response within you. Again, maybe this is again your ancestors continually expressing themselves within you. This could be about unlocking, you know, ancestral memory that is stored within the emotional body. Acknowledge that, allow that to come to the surface, right? But then also apply a higher universal truth and be like, okay, so I'm now observing fear, and I'm also observing fear within my organism that is rising. How can we begin to nurture, right, the nature of this vessel, and begin to apply a higher universal broader truth to the situation, and realize, okay, this person is mirroring a place within me that may not yet be free, and I can also extend compassion to this individual in a way that they may not be able to do for themselves right now. And it's being okay with understanding others but also not being understood. understood by them, because people can only meet you as far as they met themselves. And once you know the shadows of yourself to such a degree, you can also recognize the shadows within others. So hold space for that paradoxical nature of this reality, because love is multidimensional in that way. So yeah, instead of being in the root of rejection or fear, right, you perceive it from your crown and begin to expand your perception on these matters. And you guys are, again, you're a multi-dimensional being, which means that you can hold these vibrational frequencies simultaneously within the body, just like the universe, right? Because we live in a fractal holographic universe, okay? A very intelligent, self-organizing universe that allows us to experience these encounters through resonance, okay? So yeah, see the cosmos within the chaos, see the secret order within the disorder, and change your energetic signature in the way that you respond or view or observe, you know, or witness the events that are unfolding externally. But each has a part to play in the cosmos, each has their own part to play in the cycles, each has his own part to play in his way. And it doesn't mean that anything is below another, they're just operating under a different physical law. And again, these different physical laws are via vibrational frequency, okay? These are different densities that people are holding in the body or harboring onto, okay? Maybe this is resentment, maybe this is anger, but it's all rooted in fear. Even anger is the coward's revenge for being intimidated in the first place. So understand where everything is rooted in fear. Are these exaggerated emotions going to be an act of love? Surely not. It's got to be a call for love for somebody operating a very profound state of suffering. So extend compassion for the human operating in this way, okay? So yeah, look above and you shall find the same. You know, there's other people who also you're here to teach them those certain lessons. You know, there's different just vibrational frequencies, but we're all children in different stages of growth, and we're all of the same source. We're all formed from the same wisdom, and we're just learning to return to that wisdom once again. So this is about soul growth. That's really important, and your creative expression. And this is a massive throat chakra awakening that's happening on the planet right now. This is about the power that you have to mold and create your own reality. And yeah, this is saying that your perception will create your reality. And this is what gamma perception is, right? It's being able to see everything from a vibrational standpoint. You know, the universe's language is vibrational, vibrations and frequencies. So can you crack this Morse code, if you will, right? This is the hidden language of the universe. So yeah, this is about cymatic frequencies that actually come out of the vocal voice box, and this is combined with your conscious intent, and these can mold and create your reality, okay? So it's like you're sending these ripples through the space-time continuum to align with a reality that is in alignment with your highest expression, to be able to handle these conflicts or difficult problems from a situation that is actually yours. It is actually here for the purpose of soul growth. You come to the third dimension to experience contrast, to be able to experience polarity, for your soul's rapid expansion, because you can only grow through resistance. So this is really important, you know. This is saying that this is a gift, you know, it's really a gift. So yeah, these are designed especially for you by the part of yourself that loves you more than anything else. It's the part of you that has created these roadblocks to lead you back to yourself, to lead you back towards that love, and to no longer operate in fear, okay? So it will go to extreme measures to wake you up, okay? So it will make you suffer only if you do not listen, okay? And that's the purpose. So yeah, it's super interesting. Again, each has their own note in this musical song, and this is about cultivating an internal trust to move through harmonious and fluid, to move through these experiences harmoniously, and to be able to move through them very fluidly, where you're not harboring on or attaching to the circumstances or even taking anything personally here. So see the opposition, feel the opposition, but then also extend love and compassion to yourself and the other to be able to dissolve this tension and find that internal balance within external oppositions and see them for what they truly are, a gift, an invitation to practice all it is that you say that you are, okay? So let's go ahead and open up with this reading then. I don't even know what we're doing, but there's something about like a crystalline form, okay, that you now have. Like you guys have literally been able to dissolve, or I'm hearing like literally melt with love anything that you've been harboring onto when it comes to your past experiences, and you're just free. You know, there's something around you guys being liberated on a different level. All right, let's go ahead and open up then with this read and see what's going on. Yeah, we have yin energy, which is about being more receptive. This is about the feminine qualities, okay? So this is telling you to receive all that's going on around you. And this is about your receptivity to it, okay? And then you also have soulmates here at the base, which is about people coming into your life to change you in a way that you cannot possibly fathom right now. And one thing's for sure, you will be forever changed after these circumstances and situations. So yeah, this is like huge soul growth that's going on for you guys. And there's like a new crystalline web I'm hearing as well that you have in your multidimensional field. This is like new ways of being that you've now integrated, okay? This is your higher self that you've integrated with. Okay, so yeah, this is about letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. And that's exactly what's going on right now. You guys are taking these conscious cues and it represents receptivity. So this is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what's coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be make itself available to you. So make space for miracles to appear, be the shaped, not the shaper, and see how quickly your dreams manifest. Okay, so there is something about, again, as you step into these higher, broader ranges of frequency, light, literally, because you're perceiving things from a high universal truth and you're looking at life through the eyes of the soul. Instead of, I'm hearing eyes of survival. Wow. You are, yeah, you're now picking up on new things that are coming into your reality. A lot of you, there could be something about new strategic alliances that are going to be coming towards you, especially if this is professionally. But even personally, there's almost new encounters that are coming your way. So this is why it's so important for you guys to keep your heart open and trust that you have cultivated an internal tool that you have been able to finely tune, and it's this instrument that is going to allow you to discern what you want to co-create with moving forward, and also the experiences that you are respectfully declining in that way. Okay, there's not a rejection to it, but there's something about like respectfully declining some cause for love during this time. But yeah, super interesting. So let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in soft, small gestures and soft awareness. This is about conscious surrender, okay? Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You'll be pleasantly surprised. So yeah, there is something about literally allow people to tell you exactly who they are by the way that they treat you. It's a reflection of how they've treated themselves or the relationship that they've cultivated with themselves. That's definitely coming through for sure. Now, in prosperity, this is a time where your most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. So there is something about, again, observe their behavior and follow their lead. This is about the discernment's lens. It's like the high priestess mode. This is what it's giving me. Your high priestess mode has activated, where you're just observing the experiences that are being animated to you, and the way that you're going to perceive these animated experiences that source is revealing to you right now. Is something where it's an opportunity to learn more about yourself. Okay, there's an opportunity that you guys are being granted, because again, even with source energy, I was writing another note in regards to we're dimension limited avatars of a higher self in each one of us that has an entirely unique note to play, and the way that the universe gains wisdom is through experiences. So this is about source experiencing life through our individual eyes, but our eye cannot see itself without the aid of a mirror. So again, this is about other people mirroring exactly who you are, and again, your response to others is a reflection of yourself. So there is something about responding to this in a completely different way, learning how to basically cultivate a strong sense of empathy, okay, and being able to realize that your infinite potential, temporarily experiencing these things and just being able to flow with it. It almost feels like your life is a movie at this point. But yeah, it's super interesting. Okay, so this could be about, again, being open to what people are revealing to you right now. The universe is showing you new things, so allow them to, things may go more smoothly than you expect. So there is something about, again, neutral observation, and just there's something around your curiosity. What is the universe teaching me through this circumstance, through this invitation? You know, allow curiosity to be your biggest guide right now in regards to what awaits me in this new experience. Okay, and I'm hearing also all things that call for your attention are not going to be something that you want to answer. You don't need to answer all things that call for your attention, especially if it's an exaggerated call for love. That's definitely what it gives me. So again, this is about a conscious co-creation, and you can apply your free will at any point in time to realize that your non-action is also an action. That course is also going to have an effect, and you can choose to, I'm hearing, bypass a lot of just distractions, because with octopus energy, with Ursula, it usually shows people that may attempt to sway you off of your path in its shadow, right? So there is something about, you know, observing that and just seeing it as an opportunity to reinforce what it is that you already know, okay? Which is understanding how they may operate, what plane of consciousness they're operating on. And again, just neutrally observing them and realizing, okay, this isn't actually something that I have to engage with. This isn't something that I need to just react to. This is something that I'm going to respond to. And sometimes the best response ever is no response at all, okay? Maybe your response is your absence. So we have appreciation here, okay? And this is like the one rose. And there's something about unfolding to a new version of yourself, okay? But roses also have thorns is what I'm hearing as well. So every rose has their thorn. And there's something about still being protective of your energy, you know, still protecting your space, okay, and not even entangling quantumly with certain energy exchanges, okay? There's something around that, like really freeing yourself. Like anywhere that your attention goes, your energy flows, and there's something about no longer paying attention to things or people that you don't want to be a part of your reality. Okay, so choosing gratitude, and it's not done, I'm hearing, by rejecting the experience. It's by fully being able to accept it, and acceptance is the gateway to compassion. So this card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, worried that she may be getting caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice, and only the tiny buds are waiting to open up. This card upright is telling you that you have much to be grateful for, and like the flowering bush behind the woman, you can wait, there is more to come that you can't see yet. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you choose appreciation. So again, there's something about being appreciative of these lessons, of these certain, if you will, like gatekeepers, because gatekeepers all serve as puzzle pieces that lead you towards the bigger picture when it comes to, again, like shaping yourself into everything that you want to be, okay, or everything that you want to embody. So this decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value. It's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness to your life. So again, there's something around this happening for your highest good. And with the temple path, this could be about cultivating a stronger sense of faith, especially a connection to your, you know, multidimensional nature. Right, let's go ahead and see what else comes through for you guys. Jeweled web connectivity. I love this card. It's definitely, okay, it's definitely one of my favorites. All right, it's definitely, I always say that about every card, but in this context, it's beautiful. Let's go ahead and read 32. Okay, so connectivity, no separation, the fleeting state. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path that you're on. You're asking whether you'll reach a desired goal of some kind. You're already able to see beyond the memory or projection. And so naturally everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. So there's something about, again, opening your heart space will naturally open up your perception. But if you have a narrow perception, then you cannot be big of heart. So there is something about observing those who may not be big of heart. That's almost what it gives me. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels that you didn't know existed. And you know what's crazy right now? I keep seeing the Grinch. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So there's something around people attempting to steal the gift, and the true gift is about the connection to your higher self. So this could be about people attempting to have you embody fear, but they cannot, I'm hearing, illuminate what is not already there. So if it's like they're shining a flashlight in something that is already dormant or unknown, coming to the surface within you, and it's an opportunity for you to be able to address this, even if it's just something ancestrally that you're harboring or holding on to in some way unconsciously. But others are allowing you to become more aware of the unconscious aspects of yourself, because the real gift of that whole Christmas thing is Christ consciousness. So there is something about you know, you can see where people may be severed or disconnected from the higher self, never really severed, but there's a very weak connection there because their physical vessel is actually harboring onto, yeah, it's like the scales of justice right now, harboring onto a lot of, you know, their personal history and their backstory. And that leads to like things coming to the surface unconsciously. You know how they say unresolved emotions come to the surface later in like uglier ways? That's what's going on. It's coming to the surface in ways that are very like unknown to them. So just be able to observe that, and again, extend compassion towards it, because that's how the Grinch kind of operates there. And you know how his heart was not able to really grow until he embraced the spirit of that was within. Okay, the spirit that was within. There's something around that, like a disconnection between the higher self and the physical vessel. And the higher self doesn't really even want to sit in. You cannot hold a higher frequency range within the physical vessel if there's a lot of dense matter, okay, within your etheric nature, because it creates like a huge blockage, if you will. So something around where people are blocking themselves, okay, that's almost what it gives me. All right, because I'm seeing also judgment, like some individuals, it's interesting, they can see themselves doing it and they may start to become like more aware of it, but they still choose to repeat the cycles because it gives them a false concept of safety. There is something around that, because that's what judgment does. Judgment is people assessing if they're going to be accepted or rejected by people or externally. It's usually a survival instinct, and it's there within the reptilian brain to assess if we're safe in situations or not. So you can see where, you know, there could even be like an amygdala hijack in that way, and it really cuts you off from your heart space, you know. So yeah, take off your focus from getting anywhere. It is impossible to know how any of this is going to work, but know this: what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights you up among this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. So there's something about all you can control is how you feel, okay? So yeah, practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. And can you be that now? Feel that now. Practice that now. The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It's celebrating you already. So there is something about, again, your higher self, your ancestors celebrating. I'm hearing through you. Every time you break a cycle, every time you choose to open up your heart space by opening up your perception, I'm hearing heal a past fractal of yourself. Yeah, this is like a breaking a cycle that was set up in the past for sure. Right, let's go ahead and take a look at a gateway of the light activation. But it's definitely a time to understand rather than to be understood, for sure. Okay, we have inner earth base chakra, which is again about survival instincts, okay? And people in survival mode. And it's like you've known survival, but now, and that's like the nature of this physical vessel, but now you're nurturing it with your etheric nature. So strength and security, laying foundations. So this is literally about the base chakra is what connects you to the DNA of the earth, right? Which again is the selection of choices that your ancestors made. It connects you to like the Akashic records, which stores the living memory of all organisms in this interconnected web. Okay, so there is something about like your ancestral memory again is like coming to the surface through these interactions. And you have star gathering, soul family, stars aligned, remembering home, and you're applying a higher awareness, right? You literally have all the bandwidths of frequency light here. You have the red, okay, with a base, and then you also have the purple, right, and the violet light. And with solar plexus energy, it's like you are no longer harboring onto any anger, okay, from this. Instead, you're cultivating a strong sense of like intuition, okay, around these circumstances and how to begin to navigate them. And that's instinct. The solar plexus is your instinct. So there is something about Nautilus instinct here, okay, when it comes to these cycles and being able to open up this point of divergence and anchor in higher levels of awareness into this dimensionally limited avatar and unlock the human's full potential. That's what it gives me. Okay, so inner earth. And it reminds me of the Inner Earth Starseed card where it talks about Inner Earth, new solutions, you'll survive this. So there was almost like new solutions that you guys are focusing on right now. So base chakra, strength and security. Okay, so this is what governs our connection to the physical world. So yeah, when your primary antenna is the root chakra, you're very much focused on what's going on in this reality, and it's can be hard to tune into your higher etheric nature unless you are working, I'm hearing, in a head and heart coherence with this. So yeah, this is about transporting the energy from the root. Again, this is connected to the Earth chakra. This is a spiritual realm visited by shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim parts of their power or the power of others that have been left behind. So you're not just clearing ancestral trauma, but there's something about gathering the ancestral strength as well. So it also talks about, know that if you are searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find it and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. So there is something about with the actual tree trunk that they talk about. They said that the image is that there's a gateway below a giant tree. This is the realm called the underworld. So it's almost like you're journeying in deep into your psyche right now, which is the intersection of where the soul meets the physical vessel and how the soul is able to operate in a physical vessel. And it's like clearing up all of the stagnant debris within the physical vessel and the DNA and the bloodline, so that it can fully operate. You know, it's almost like clearing any low vibrational frequencies and cleansing them into the earth. So I'm seeing like literally you guys being grounded into this experience, right, where you're on this earth but you're also not from this world, right? It's like you are not of this world but you're in this world right now. So you're bringing in higher levels of awareness into this gameplay experience. So you're no longer, again, like merely interacting with the matrix, but you're now an outsider looking in. And as soon as you apply that higher level of awareness, that's when you guys become a glitch in the matrix. You are the glitch in the matrix when you do this. So yeah, that's definitely the energy that it gives me, because it's not I'm hearing like too common, but it's something that we're returning back to. Oh, I just got an notification about avoid fraud. Anyone asking is a fraudster. So yeah, there's something about that, even where people may lie to themselves to make themselves feel good, okay, about a situation. And there's something about a code and decoding the experiences. You're able to decode the experiences like this. So there's something around, again, being grounded, having like a tree trunk that's grounded into the core root of the earth, right? That's encasing the whole circumference of your vessel. But yeah, it talks about you becoming fully aware of what you need to do in order to feel safe and fulfilled on planet Earth. Know that it is a part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon this planet, and although at times you may have felt unstable or that you have lost your way, you have been building up momentum to be where you are today, and you are now in a space where you can build powerful foundations. A space, I'm hearing one of you guys said you're applying for a higher position, so there's something around that, like moving towards a higher position right now. This is a space where you can lay out exactly what you need to and who you need to be and what you need to do in order to flourish and grow, especially at a soul level, right? You have the opportunity to reclaim the parts of yourself that you've buried deep within and reclaim gifts that you've abandoned. If you started any projects or you've been thinking about taking up something you've had a hold on Now's the perfect time. The seeds you're planting are sending roots deep into the Mother Earth, and you are held, you are supported. So again, you guys are being supported on your mission on Earth, right? So let's talk about star gathering right now. Let's see if I can find star gathering. Okay, here we go. Star gathering, being at home, stars aligned, remembering family. So this talks about the stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself, and the energy is now being activated, so it's time for you to shine. You are magnetic, attracting people and energies and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off, and you can now reap the rewards. And it's important for you to know that this is a plane of existence that is a rightful place for you to be at, and do not spend time trying to transcend this reality, for you have chose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you are feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you are finding your star family, beings you connected with before entering into this physical incarnation. And as long as you're connected to yourself, you are home. So again, there's something about being open and receptive to new circumstances and situations and connections with soulmates that came out at their base. Yeah, there's something about like big soulmate energy for sure with you guys, with Yen, and you guys having to be receptive in this next cycle. And yeah, there's something around cultivating a much deeper strength or sense of self-trust. I kind of want to take a look at what you're in alignment with, or what you don't see coming right now. So let's take a look at what you don't see coming. But this is so that you can move through this experience in a very high vibrational way, where you are just back in the present moment. You are no longer operating from your past, right? That's what it gives me, because the past no longer exists. It's inaccessible. There is only the one eternal now, right? You're ever present, moving through eternity, right? Through this experience and the next, through this lifetime and the next. It's all happening here right now. So come back to that present moment. That's the gift. Oh, that's the gift. And there's something about when you're operating from fear, you cannot be present. Okay, so there's something around that. Often you try to escape the present moment. So maybe this is, yeah, very interesting. Okay, so you have the Empress and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like you guys, you're going to be stacking, do we say money or do we say atoms, right? You guys are like stacking atoms. You're stacking some type of level of abundance in your life here with the Four of Coins. And you know your worth, you know your value, you know what it is that you want to engage with. There's no one or nothing that's going to come into your experience and have you step outside of your shoes or step outside of this almost like main character moment is almost what I'm getting. So yeah, with the Four of Coins, there is a level of being receptive. She is the divine feminine principle. So there is something about tuning into that, knowing your worth. There's a new life that you guys are birthing into creation. This is like a new version of yourself. It's new projects, it's conceptions of ideas, enterprises, something that you guys are investing your energy and directing your intention towards. Okay, so there's some kind of momentum that you guys are creating, but there's a huge glow up. Okay, there's a huge glow up, and you're no longer just giving your creative life force freely. I'm hearing like you know the power of your being pure creative life force in a physical vessel, so you're directing your attention very intently during this time, and I'm hearing very purposefully. All right, very, very purposefully. You're so grounded and rooted in who you are that I'm hearing no one can take you out. Like no one or anything can compromise the roots of your being. No one can compromise your integrity. Nobody's absence or presence will disrupt your very being and what you don't see coming. There's a different level of knowing thyself. Okay. And again, because you know all of yourself, you took on a trip to the underworld and you know all of yourself. Why would you allow anyone to tell you about yourself when they barely know themselves? Okay, we have Three of Swords, and then we also have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. So you guys, again, have this lens of discernment. Now, with the Queen of Swords, she can look past any grief or sorrow, and it's no longer lingering in the hallways of her heart or haunting the hallways of her mind. She is actually able to clear out this stagnant debris, anything that she may still be linked to and entangled with quantumly, and she's able to use utilize this lens of discernment to allow her to oversee or bypass anything that could be personal in this next phase. There's something about you being able to see things from a deeper level of awareness. The Queen of Swords, she connects to others through intellectual understandings. She can intellectually understand what plane of consciousness people are operating on, and because of that, she takes nothing personally. And what used to be so painful becomes no more than a distant memory, because she feels the pain, she feels the full spectrum of emotions that the human vessel and, again, your multidimensional aspect can process. But the paradox is, you know, you can feel the pain, but you can also see it from a higher level of awareness, which automatically relieves you from the pain, because you recognize yourself as not the physical vessel, which means that you are not even your feelings, okay? You are not even the thoughts. So you're able to observe that. And this is like the scuttle energy, because you have those birds in the background. So this is interesting as well, because seagulls in ancient folklore, they talk about being the holders of the ancient secrets of the sea. And if you think about the sea energy, again, its connections to 12th house. So this is like the ancient secrets of your ancestral memory, of your lineage, of your past parallel lives, of things that are repressed or suppressed within the subconscious mind. Even if I'm hearing they are like hidden well, they always resurface and come to the surface, and you almost like the holder of that knowledge, right? It's like you guys hold a deep, yeah, I'm hearing vast knowledge when it comes to the internal network within you, where you can now navigate your way through these external networks and understand the internal networks within others. Because with the Queen of Coins here, this is about the roots of your being, okay? And also understanding the roots of others with the Empress energy. And the Four of Pentacles is also the roots, right? It's about the foundation of something and building a solid foundation in the way that you navigate these experiences, understanding yourself to the fullest degree. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else is coming towards you then. We'll take a look at a Kipper storyline. High honor, okay, there's something about, again, a great value that's coming towards you. You do have toil and labor, so there is some kind of internal work, okay? We also have poverty and reversed as well. So there is something, again, about coming out of a phase of wanting more. And I'm hearing this is even like being understood in some way. You're coming out of that phase with Court House. Okay. I'm hearing you're having the final decision in regards to how you want to navigate these experiences. You also have courtship, so there could be new partnerships, or even the connection that you guys have to yourself that's going to be shifting, right? This connection that you have to your higher self as well. With 4, that's going to be solidifying. And you also have bad health reversed. Okay, this is going to help you, again, overcome just any circumstances or situations with 12th house that, again, could initially impact even like your mental health in some way, or things that are subconsciously coming to the surface. But you're going to be able to address that as you cultivate this strong sense of self-love. We have false person as well in reverse. So again, these are even like triggers. These are things that were repressed or suppressed, but there's something about you guys strengthening the interface between where your divinity meets a physical vessel, and then being able to navigate this physical vessel by applying these higher levels of understanding or awareness into your earthly experiences for optimal navigation, so that you can still begin to express yourself fully and not allow other people to hinder or halt that expression, I'm hearing. But yeah, it's a very multi-dimensional reading today. I can't really do anything about it. I was trying to get like a little bit more third dimensional there, but apparently not. So we have 333 potential. Your chance to reach your highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you're exactly where you need to be. My potential is infinite, and I use my strength as my ally to pursue my highest good, okay? So 1515 creativity here at the base. It says keep accessing your creative connection that you feel to the divine. The whispers speak through your creative connection, allow you to express the beauty that is within you and connect you to the love that is all around. Creativity is my birthright. As I express my creativity, I feel a beautiful flow of love and connection. 1515. Whoa. Yeah. let's get a message from your spirit guides, because I was being told to get the Let Go Flow deck right for this. So let's take a look at what message is coming through from your spirit guides, and then I'll love and leave you guys right there. We have abundance and be creative. So again, creativity is super, super huge. And we have smile. So abundance, rich inside and out, generous money flow, prosperity is on the way. Okay, we also have be creative, welcome creativity into your life, be passionate about it, express your artistic side. So again, creativity is coming through strongly for you guys. Smile, think of, I'm hearing artist. Okay, you guys are like an artiste. Think of something beautiful. Don't worry, be happy. There's always a reason to smile. Okay. So yeah, super, super interesting energy. And then you also have forgiveness at the base. So forgiveness is going to help you, it's going to extend the river of compassion that washes away any feelings of resentment. Also, forgiveness does not always require reconnection. Forgiveness also allows you to move on without the burden of a grudge on your own heart, and it allows you to really lead with love. Okay, forgive those even if they do not deserve it through their physical actions, for it is really those who need it the most. Okay, so I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I trust that was everything that you need to hear at this stage in your journey. If you're not already subscribed to this channel on Instagram for future reads, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. And until next time, bye.